Right, so in this video, I'm going to talk you through the process that I went through to buy this, a second-hand Mavic Pro. So today I'm just going to quickly run through the process that I went through to purchase a second-hand drone. Just straight off the bat, this is not a sponsored ad by DJI. I just think that it's the leader in drone technology, and the quality that comes out of a DJI product is by far the best in the market personally that I think that you can get at the moment. So let's get straight into it. So the first thing that you need to do is find out what's right for you. For me personally, I went from a Phantom 3 standard and I wanted to upgrade into something 4K that was a little bit more compact and portable in a smaller unit to be able to carry around. It's a little bit less intrusive, especially if you're traveling and setting up. So the first thing you need to do, find out what's best for you. Might be a Mavic, might be a Phantom, might be a Karma. It's doing the research and finding out what the drone is going to be best for your situation and your circumstance. So the next thing you need to do is find out where the drone, the second-hand drone, fits within the market compared to new and what's actually available to you on the market. So for example, the Mavic Pro, still in a retail setting here in Australia, is between $1,500 and $1,600. It's Harvey Norman, JB Hi-Fi, etc. So I already knew that for $1,500, $1,550, I could walk into Harvey Norman and I could walk out with a Mavic Pro, absolutely brand new. So what that gave me is an indication of where a second-hand Mavic Pro sits within that spectrum. So then all I did, I started getting on Gumtree, I started getting on eBay, I started getting on Amazon, and I started to find out what a second-hand drone was worth, a second-hand Mavic was worth, compared to that of a new one. The second-hand ones seemed to range anywhere from $1,000 to $1,400, obviously depending upon how much work it had had, where it was located, and the condition that it was in, and what accessories it came with. So I already knew that I could spend anywhere between $1,000 and probably $1,300 to $1,400, depending on the quality and the condition of the Mavic Pro that I was looking for. So once I'd figured out which drone that I was interested in, it was then going into a process of negotiating, finding out more information on what the Mavic Pro that I was looking at was like. Now, a little bit difficult for me in Hobart. So I live in Hobart, Tasmania, which is an island south of Australia. There was only one other Mavic available for me within sort of a 100-kilometre radius of me. So I had to widen my search to Australia-wide. So this Mavic that I bought here was from Sydney. So obviously the first thing, if you're going to buy a second-hand drone, you want to see it working, you want to test it, and you want to physically inspect the item. Now that was a little bit different for me, but the process that I'm about to go through gave me confidence and peace of mind into purchasing something for $1,000 that kept me comfortable. So once we've got all that out of the way, the first thing you want to do is get the Go app data. Now with DJI, the Go 4 app for Phantom 4, Mavic and above, and the earlier version for the Phantom 3 series, the Go app, they have within the app the flight data that you've been flying. So it's very simple. For me, for this one, it was very simple for me to contact the seller and find out how many flights it had had, where those flights were, the flight conditions, and any warnings that may have popped up. So the first thing I did was I just contacted him, and he was willing to share with me the Go app data for the 10 flights that this Mavic was advertised at. Now that was a big first step for peace of mind for me. He was actually willing to share that information. Obviously, if it had had a crash, if it had something wrong with it, he would have been probably a little bit more reluctant to send me that information because he would have been trying to hide something. But he was willing to show me anything that I was asking for. So that was the first thing. The second thing I then did was I asked him to send me the serial number. So by me getting the serial number, I was able to get onto DJI Care Refresh website. Now I'll put the link below for that. And all you do is just put the serial number in and it will tell you whether the Mavic that you're looking at or any Mavic has had DJI Care Refresh added to it, either from new or in an existing state at the moment. So that gave me also peace of mind to find out if that was available to me on this specific drone. So for this one here, didn't have it on it. So I already knew that there was an extra 12 months peace of mind warranty that I could get with this as an extra after the manufacturer's warranty runs out after 12 months. So this one here is 5 months old, 10 flights, and he was a photographer, so it hadn't had a lot of video recorded on it. It was mainly just photos. So I already knew by looking through the Go app that all the conditions were above board. There were no crashes, there were no major discrepancies or disturbances within the flight data. I then got onto the serial number. The serial number did not show DJI Care Refresh with this unit, which means that was available to me, an extra little bit of peace of mind. The other thing about checking the serial number is checking the version. There are a lot of Chinese versions out there, an American version that comes with American plugs, Australian version, or a DJI refurbished unit. And to tell the difference between a refurbished unit and a off-the-shelf unit, there is a letter R at the end of the serial number. Now, just on a side note here, don't be afraid and don't be turned off by a refurbished unit. Refurbished unit, all that means is that DJI themselves had that drone come back to them and they completely rebuilt it and then sent it off as a new unit. So check out Drone Victoria's video. He did an unboxing of a refurbished unit recently. It's as good as new. Comes with a 12-month warranty and comes out of the box as if it was a brand new unit. So the next thing I had to do was I had to negotiate a price based on what I had researched, what I thought it was worth, what I was willing to pay, with a little bit of risk for myself not being able to see it. Now, one other thing that I did ask of him, because I couldn't physically see the drone in operation in person, I asked him to send me some photos of the drone working and start it up, other than what was advertised in the Gumtree ad. What that told me and gave me a little bit extra peace of mind is that the photos in the ad, the Gumtree ad, aren't just generic photos that you can just pull off any web-based picture search. I then got him to send me a clip, a small 15-second video clip. The drone took off, I was able to see it move, and I was able to see the gimbal go up and down. That gave me full peace of mind that everything was operational. With those things working, I was confident to make an offer, and I did make an offer of this. So I picked this up for $1,000 Australian. As I said, 10 flights, no DJI Care Refresh, and that was coming from Sydney. So I had to organise postage. So for $50 in postage from Sydney down to Hobart, that gave me $1,000 of insurance. My next tip, if you're going to get it posted, get insurance on the drone. That gives you a backup care, so that if something was to go wrong in that transit from anywhere, you're actually covered. So if the gimbal cover fell off during transit and the gimbal snapped, it's going to be covered because it would be duty of care for the Australian Postal Service. So that gave me extra peace of mind that while it was in transit from Sydney to Hobart, it was covered as well. Now the last thing, once you've got it out and you've got it all completely set up, the last thing I'm going to do is a quick service on the unit. And what I mean by a quick service, brand new blades. For $15 a set, for $30 Australian, you can put a brand new set of blades on. Now these are the quick release blades, these are the low noise blades, which are quite a little bit quieter compared to the earlier model ones. What that does for me personally is it gives me peace of mind that if this specific drone had a near miss or it clipped a tree or anything else that you can't tell from the app and it weakened the structural component of these blades, by me putting new blades on, it's peace of mind for me that these components, these serviceable components, are starting out brand new for me. The next thing I'm going to do is a bit of a service on it. And what I mean by a service, you can pick up a camera cleaner, this little device here that you can go around. You can take the battery off. You've got a lens cleaner here, which you can rub on the lens. It's a velour material on there to get the lens nice and clean. There's a brush in here, which means that you can really get inside all the electrical components, and you can brush and clean. And this also has an air puffer, which means once you take the blades off, you can actually puff air into the top of the motors in case there's some dust or any sort of grit that might have got in there through travel or just through normal use in flights. It's as simple as that. So they're my quick tips on how I purchased a secondhand drone. Now, the bloke that I talked to seemed very genuine when I was talking to him. So I really got a good feeling that this was going to be as good as he said it was. When I got it here, I did a full inspection to make sure that what he had advertised was right. I took screenshots of the ad just for my peace of mind, a little bit of proof that when it got to me, and if there was something wrong with it, that I could say to him, look, you said it was this and it's actually this. The Mavic Pro is an unbelievable unit. It is so small, it is so compact, and it is quiet. I mean, you've only got to look at the difference. This is my crashed Phantom 2 Vision Plus body. Quite a huge difference. Alright, so thanks for watching. I hope that's helped put anybody at ease that might be looking at purchasing a second-hand drone. If you're interested in any of the equipment that I use, the DJI Carer Fresh, the blades, the Mavic itself, or any other DJI components, check out the description below. You can go to a link through to my affiliate and you can have a look at some of the equipment that I use. And if any of that sort of stuff suits you, you can one-click purchase for any of that sort of stuff. I know especially the DJI Carer Fresh can only be used once per drone, whether that's a new, whether that's a refurbished or a second-hand drone. So if it's not active on a specific drone, you can get it. So thanks for watching. Until next time, happy and safe flying.